Hi everyone, this is Sunette, and in this video I'm here to share an update and continuation on the process that I've been walking with regards to my one and only fortune tellers, the clavicle bone or collarbone, as many may be familiar with the term. And herein also some insights and realizations I've acquired, and also some interesting points for you yourself to consider in relation to developing this communication and awareness relationship with your mind, self, and body. So here's my story. And within my sharing, I'm also hoping that some can relate or take something from it that will assist and support you in this process or journey of learning how to translate the way or method and means that your body, deeper dimensions of yourself is communicating with you and actually assisting and supporting you in your life and struggles and challenges more than you realize. All right, so for me, where it started off with was, initially you will become aware of pains or discomforts, unease in the body. Like with me, becoming aware of, pain in my collarbone or, in the area just below it. So anywhere on or just below the collarbone is like, all right, I need to look at who I am in relation to my future. What am I living right now, that is contributing to a relationship with my future or a creation or an eventual outcome that is to an extent going to compromise or misalign, the best outcome for me, my potential, and my life. So that's essentially what you can note down for yourself right now is a good question to ask and reflect on. And in videos to come, interestingly enough, now that we're also here on the fortune tellers in relation to the future that you're creating, there's another such reference, but this happens along your spine, where I just recently worked with a client who experienced a stiffness and discomfort all along their spine. And hearing how this also relates to something similar with regards to your future, but also a little bit different, more pertaining to your purpose in this life. All right. So collarbone, though, is more your immediate future and also immediate with regards to possibly looking at, a couple of months or maybe within a year, but nothing more than that. Your spine will more go beyond, right? So if there's a misalignment or a problem with your entire life's future, so to speak, your relationship with your path, your journey needs some adjusting or some attention and awareness. That's where the spine comes in. Okay, but let's focus. Getting back to the topic. So, immediately what will come up when you start communicating and sensing, your body pains, discomforts, and ailments is anything present that you need to deal with. I mean, this is something quite cool about the body, is the pains and experiences that you're going through and become aware of will pertain to things in your present life, your present time frame that needs attention, direction, change, expansion, that you need to just sit down with yourself, write about, speak to someone about it, or reflect on it. So firstly, for me, it was pertaining to, for example, projects, responsibilities, and obligations that I was postponing. So therein, what I had to do is sit down with myself and go, all right, well, now, if I'm not going to be giving these things direction or give it attention practically by doing something about them in my everyday life, even if it's like doing little by little every day as much as I can, then this is the future outcome that I'm going to be creating for myself. So therein, it's like, okay, if I continue living like this, this is my outcome. if I change this in this way, this will be my outcome. So it's also very beneficial, everyone, to kind of sit down with yourself and just have a look at, okay, what am I busy creating into my future with how I'm living day to day? What are my actions or non-actions? How am I at the moment thinking about myself, about my life, about responsibilities, obligations, things that need to get done? And writing all that down, just making a list for yourself and see, okay, who am I right now? Where am I at right now? And what outcome and future is this going to create for myself? You can already sense and see what it is that you're going to be walking into and that you are predominantly going to be responsible for creating. But yet, interestingly enough, when we continue along those lines and we get to the consequence, we tend to blame, want to do anything and everything possible to blame something or someone else for why we are who we are, where we are, why we lost things, and our life is messy and everything's all over the place. But if we really look back, we can see that we kind of dug our own hole and stepped into it and fell into it. So it's really a process of prevention. This is why I really like my collarbones, except yes, it's a bit uncomfortable when they're painful, and it's also a very, very bizarre place where the pains and discomforts are sometimes so deep, it doesn't matter how you stretch. It's like that stretch just doesn't want to come through. You almost want to put your fingers inside multidimensionally and just massage deep inside your body to stretch that stiffness and pain. But that's what's also so cool, because that discomfort is not going to go away until you do something about it. So that's also the great thing about the physical body is, it's a really good cross-reference for you for when you are trying to suppress changing. It will really dominate that need and requirement for attention and awareness of your mind, yourself, what you're busy creating into your future, by not letting go of that discomfort until you change yourself and change in actual practical living in your everyday life. All right, everyone. So here, quite a few things that you can take with you in a nutshell. Firstly, ask the question. And I just also, when my clavicle bone started bothering me and I knew, okay, that's something to do with some obligations and responsibilities that I was postponing and procrastinating, I just did this entire blueprint map for myself, not only looking in relation to the things that I'm not doing and should be doing, but also looking inside myself, how is my thoughts about me, about others, about my life in general, what patterns am I participating in, thought patterns, like if I continue beating myself up and not seeing myself as good enough and not being able to get things done, then, and I believe that and I become emotional about it, that's then going to start filtering through in, let's say, my responsibilities and obligations. And that's contributing to why, for example, I am postponing and procrastinating things, because now there's this subconscious thinking and internal dialogue going on inside myself that I'm anyway not good enough. I won't be able to do it effectively. I'm just going to mess it up again. Things like that. So you start getting a full picture of how your thoughts about yourself, the experiences about yourself, the ideas, and then about others, and things that's not getting done in your everyday lives that you should be doing is sort of interconnected, and how that's busy creating and manifesting a future outcome for your experience in your daily life. All right, everyone. So do that. Do a nice blueprint map, unconditionally, even if this isn't necessarily painful. It's just a cool check-in to do with yourself, a nice preventative action to ask yourself, what future, what am I creating in my days to come for myself? Having that kind of bird's eye view really assists and supports with aligning your principles, your view who you are, the experience, just kind of wakes you up and shakes you up and go, wow, okay, look, I need to get up off my ass and start doing things here, taking back the reins of my mind, my thoughts, my experiences, my life. And from there, start writing out, okay, where can you start? Where can you start changing, taking action, shaping a different future for yourself, an experience in the days to come, even by specifying, what are the problem areas and the solutions with regards to how I can change my thinking, experience, actions. And it's incredible to see, even in the small, everyone, how you can make a difference in your experience in your everyday life by changing and starting to change a few simple things. All right, everyone. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask in the comments below. And of course, in my Patreon, I do provide specific courses and one-on-one assistance and support. You can choose whether 1 month or more, but as the initial support to align you in your mind, being, body as best for your individual potential as possible. All right, everyone, thank you very much for listening, but I hope for general reference, the information with regards to the clavicle bone and collarbone assistance support. So use that collarbone to guide you into, figuring out and understanding and realigning yourself to the best future outcome and experience for you in your everyday life. Thank you very much.